What is the most controversial topic that comes to mind when asked about the criminal justice system in our country? The death penalty. Good morning. My name is Amy Gonzalez, and I'm not here to persuade you to make any decision of any sort about the death penalty or capital punishment. I'm simply here to give you enough information so that you can come to the understanding of what is the death penalty in our country. Our country's criminal justice system was born way before 1776 when we declared our independence. It was born way before the first colonies were established. Now, I have the information of when the criminal justice system was first established. When was the death penalty established? How is it looking like today in 2020? Now, I'm sure that the first thing that comes to your mind is, where does it come from? Well, the first established laws can date as far back as 18th century BC. That's almost 3,700 years ago. Now, me coming from a small town in New Jersey, coming to a state is such a historical place is absolutely astonishing. The first execution documented in the new colonies is from Jamestown Colony of Virginia in 1608. The first one our country as an existence has ever documented was right here in Virginia. That is absolutely amazing. Now, I know that we have talked about the timeline of 18th century BC, and we also spoke about Jamestown Colony in 1608. But also, the methods of execution that has happened between 1608 until now has evolved significantly. The electric chair, which began in the 1880s, was the standard method of execution from the 1880s for almost 100 years, until 1982 when the lethal injection was discovered. And with the lethal injection being discovered, it is, to this day in 2020, the standard method of execution. Before, you can be executed by firing squad, being burned alive, being stoned to death, and being shot to death. Additionally, between the years of 1608 and 2018, every year averaged about over 300 death sentences every year. And as of 2018, there have been less than 50 death sentences. That is a significant decrease. Now I know that with all this information, you have been realizing that there's so much to the criminal justice system that you don't know yet. But it's okay. I'm here to inform you of everything that I have found out. The next question that you will probably ask is, are crime rates lower in the states that don't have the death penalty versus states that do? Now, according to the National Death Penalty Information Center, every state since the year 1976 until 2018, the states that have a lower rate are states that do not have the death penalty. Between the years of 1995 and 2006, the rates are significantly lower in the states that don't versus the states that do. Now, I know that this is still information that is still kind of unknown and not understanding much, but here is another data from the Death Penalty Information Center. And according to this, in 2016, the state that has the lowest death rates, lowest at 2%, in the year of 2016 is the state of Maine. Maine is not a death penalty state at all, compared to a state that has the highest rate at 13%. 12% is Louisiana, and Louisiana is a death penalty state. The difference is a 10% difference between the states that has the least amount versus the state that has the most amount. Now, there are so many reasons why you would get the death penalty in any death penalty state. There are 33 reasons as to why you would receive it. Some of those include first-degree murder, genocide, treason, murder for hire. Now, let's pause on murder for hire. I know that the first thing anybody thinks about when it comes to murder for hire is the Netflix film of Joe Exotic being in prison for murder for hire. I know I did, but let's continue. The next could be the use of a mass destruction resulting in death. Once you receive the death penalty, then you will be submitted into a section in the prison where it's called death row. Death row is where you stay to serve your sentence until the day of your execution. Now, currently, as of 2020, we currently have 2,620 people on death row, both male and female. All throughout the United States, is 2,620 people waiting to be executed. Since 1976, 1,516 people have been executed. That's almost 30 years. In 30 years, we have executed 1,516 people. Now, I hope that with the information that you have gathered and gained from this presentation, I hope that you take some time and find some answers that you would want. Answer the questions that you think are needed to be answered. As Albert Einstein once said, intelligence is knowledge. There is no shame in seeking for the information of anything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found this video very informative. And I hope you gained information that you didn't know before. And as always, be kind to one another. Thank you for watching.